Hello, I hope y'all are doing well. Thank you so very much for taking the time to view this, and I'll ask you to please like, subscribe, and share if you get something out of this video, you enjoy it. Whatever the case, I sure would appreciate it. And also hit that notification and all too. So anyways, I appreciate it. Now look, what I've got here is a Camp Chef Everest 2X camp stove, all right? And I'm gonna tell you, my initial impressions of this thing are very positive, okay? Two key things here that I really am pleased with about this stove. First off, the overall quality on it seems pretty good, okay? Seems pretty well made. As far as these camp stoves go today, okay? Also, the flame control on this thing is really good. You can adjust this all the way from a very small, low simmer all the way up to just full blast and everywhere in between, and it'll hold right there and just works well. You know, it's made pretty well. You know, it's a light metal like most of these things, but you know, when you put these windscreens up, open it up, it's got metal clasps here to lock that windscreen into place. I mean, it's solid. And when you want to fold it up, you fold it up, and those clasps just connect right there, and this thing will stay closed, and you got a nice metal latch on each side. You got little pins here that hold this windscreen off, so if you ever decided to take it off, it looks like you could just take it off. You know, kind of like the old, some of the old Coleman white gas stoves used to be. So, you know, we got four hinge attachments there, 4 hinges. You know, just a built-in handle here, metal molded in handle, rubberized knobs. Just overall, I'm pretty impressed with it so far. You know, now it might stop tomorrow, it might quit working, but hey, overall, pretty pleased, especially that flame adjustability, because that's something that you know, that Coleman even temp that I got, you would think of even temp, but that thing just very poor controllability on the flame on it. Very difficult to cook at a low temperature, where this solves that problem in this Camp Chef. First Camp Chef stove I've had, but overall I'm impressed thus far. You know, kind of give you an idea of the dimensions. Well, first let me tell you another thing. Besides these windscreens, you got nice large burners here, okay? And they also have a little bit of a windscreen coming up around them to some degree, just the way they're sitting in there, which that's a nice plus. And you know, you've got plenty of room on this stove. You know, that even temp I'd got because it's 3 burner, and I like the idea of being able to use a griddle because of its size on it. But without the flame control on it, it kind of made that kind of a, where it just didn't work very well, because if you can't get that flame adjusted down very low, it makes it difficult to cook a lot of things on there. So anyway, here we go. I'm gonna give you a couple of dimensions on it. If you like me, your work, you may be curious about, well, what pots can I get on there? Can I get my skillets that I need to use on there? So let me give you an idea. Inside that cover, when it's locked in out front, is just a shade over 23.5, okay? Come back here toward the back, just a shade over 22.5, okay? Now, from the back to about the front, all from right there, that back wall to the front edge of the stove, not quite 14 inches, say 13.5, 13.75. But let me show you something here, okay? Plenty of room for this cast iron lodge griddle, okay? Plenty of room. Got room to spare, okay? Room to spare on either side. I'm gonna set this out of the way, okay? Couple of lodge skillets, 12-inch skillets, okay? Now, I need to clean these skillets up a little bit. Can't quite get them on there, okay? This way, okay? Now, you could get a 12 and a 10, no problem. But watch this. Unlatch this on the side and ease that out. Gives you just enough room, and you could undo the one on the other side if you needed to too. But anyways, so it's doable. You can still use 2 12-inch skillets on here without any real issue. So you just have to figure that workaround and undo that, okay? But overall, very impressed with this stove, and we'll see how it holds up over the long term, but initially my thoughts are pretty positive. I don't know if you can see this on flame, on flame. But anyways, on camera. But look here, that thing will roll. Light's easy. Adjust it down, medium, all the way down to barely on, and it stays right there. Doesn't try to jump back and like that Coleman does. And but anyways, really like this thus far. We'll see how it holds up over time. But initially, my thoughts on it are pretty positive. Anyways, I don't know what else to say about it other than seemed like a pretty good stove. And I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you take care. And we'll talk at you later. And if you would like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.